Hey guys, Carter with Bells of Steel. I'm here again with Josh with Bells of Steel and Ari from Sidekick. And today we're going to go over a bit about injury prevention and strengthening through the hips. And Josh is going to start us off with a little bit of kettlebell workouts.
Yeah, absolutely. So the first movement that we're going to do today is the Russian kettlebell swing. If we ever need to move quickly in a straight line, so think you're running, you're probably gonna move quickly in a straight line.
Yeah.
You wanna build some explosive strength in your hips, okay? So the first things first, what we're gonna do is we're gonna grab our kettlebell by the handle. We're gonna bring it up to our hips. And then from here, what we're gonna do is we're going to put some momentum in the bell, and then as our hands get beside our legs, we're gonna shoot our butt back like we're closing the door behind us, keep our knees slightly soft, and then we're gonna pop our hips nice and strong and get that bell up to our chest.
Okay, here we go. I'll give this a try.
Let's see it. Nice, look up.
So what muscles is this strengthening exactly?
Yeah, perfect. It's gonna work your entire posterior chain. So you're gonna be looking at your glutes, your hamstrings, even a bit of your low back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
So if we're doing the kettlebell swing, that's aggressive in this sagittal plane, our front and back.
Yeah.
But if we're working our hips don't just move front and back, they also go side to side. So we're gonna do something called the Cossack Lunge. Okay, and that's gonna work us in the frontal plane. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna use the kettlebell. We're gonna grab a light kettlebell because we wanna just use it for balance. This movement can really throw off our balance a little bit. Get our feet nice and wide, toes out about 30 degrees. Then from here, what you're gonna do is you're gonna shoot your hips over your working leg's knee. All right, we'll go this side, working leg's knee, our knee over our toe, and get as low as you can. If it's just here, for now, that's okay. But as you get a little bit more advanced, you can get your hips all the way down so that your hip crease is below your knee and stand all the way back up.
Awesome. So when I go down like this, am I opening up with this other leg?
No, so we're gonna keep that non-working leg straight, and we're gonna make sure our weight's in the heel of our working leg.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like this?
Exactly. Ariana's
so
got
hard.
some good range of motion. There we go. So this is also gonna work our adductors, so like the muscles on the inside of our legs and our abductors and the muscles on the outside of our hips,
Yeah.
right? Just some muscles that don't really get a lot of love, so it's good to throw this into your training if you wanna rehab or prevent injury.
How many sets and reps are we doing of this?
Yeah, so this is a great exercise to do in like a muscle building rep range. So we're looking at 6 to 15 reps per set,
Yeah, okay.
2 to 3 sets. And this is a good compound exercise that we can actually load up over time, right? So right now we're starting really light, but as you get more comfortable with the movement, feel free to increase that weight and really build some muscle on your adductors and your abductors.
Should we just do side to side or just stay on the one side?
Oh, you go side to side,
Yeah, like, okay. We're doing this?
right?
I
Let's
keep
make
opening.
sure as
yeah.
we go down, we're not letting that knee track
Yeah.
past our toe. We want our knee over our foot. Go and try and get that opposite leg straight.
Yeah, I want to bend that knee.
Bend that knee. If you find your knee wants to bend, what you can also do is as you're going down, you can allow that other leg to rotate so that your toes going towards the sky. It'll help you out with your range of motion a little bit. Nice.
Yeah, that's way better. Yeah.
Just depends on your flexibility.
Yeah. Awesome. Thanks, Josh. Thanks for taking us through that kettlebell workout. I'm here with Ari, and she's going to show us how to use these scrapers to facilitate recovery in our hips.
Yeah, so like Josh was talking about, common injury when we're doing sports in our hips is like an adductor strain or like a strain in your groin. There's also some issues that come with like improper like pelvic tilt and everything, which is just due to like excess tightness around the hip area. So kind of use 2 different scraper tools for the hips, one to get the larger areas and then one to get like in the smaller, more focal points.
So how would I use like the smaller tool, I suppose?
Yeah, so this is our Eclipse tool, and this one is really good for hitting in like your hip flexors, which is a common area of pain, especially in like runners and everything.
Yeah.
So what I like to do is get your hip flexors a little bit stretched out, so kneeling forward, and then just going in with either like the corner area is a little bit better, and just scraping up and down in your hip flexor area, just like that.
Yeah. Does it hurt?
It shouldn't hurt.
Yeah.
So you should be, when you're scraping, you should be using like a strong but tolerable pressure.
Yeah.
So you should feel it working. but it shouldn't be causing you any pain.
Yeah, same as the shoulder then.
Yeah, exactly.
And what's this long one you have over here?
And this one is our BoS. So this one's really good for hitting like the larger muscle areas.
Yeah, okay.
When you're scraping like your quads, hamstrings, adductors, like the inner thigh, groin area, and in your glutes. So same thing when you're scraping your thighs, kind of just going along the fibers inside the leg here. And then in your hamstrings, just like that. If you want to give that a try.
Yeah.
Oh wait.
I got pants on. But I do kind of want to massage my leg out.
Okay.
Maybe it'll work.
Maybe a really small.
Dope. Yeah, even with my pants on, it feels really good. You like roll over the rolls though.
Disclaimer, we do not recommend scraping over loose clothing.
Awesome. Well, thanks for showing me this. I could definitely see how people could want this for their training or recovery. Honestly, feels really good to just push along my thigh.
So scraping is really good for like keeping your range of motion. A big thing when you're either dealing with injuries or just in general, you kind of want to keep that range of motion going. So if you do this before a workout, scraping the ones, like each muscle group for about 30 seconds, it'll get that nice blood flow going. And it'll also like passively warm up your muscles so that they're moving properly, get that full range of motion and prevents injuries.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, so here I am again with Ari, and she's going to show us how we can use the Sidekick tools to help with lower back pain and recovery.
Yeah, so for the low back, we recommend using the BoS just because it's really big, so it covers a lot of surface area, and it's nice and heavy, so it can get through all of your layers in the back. So for scraping the low back, whether it's like an injury, like a muscle strain or something, bringing in that blood flow will get rid of like all that toxic waste, get like a nice healing environment to get your muscles moving properly. Or if you have a really tight low back, scraping away the adhesions will get you moving through that range of motion nice and again.
How would you use the BoS on your lower back by yourself?
Yeah, so for the BoS, we definitely recommend using this like convex edge here to get, because it gets nice and deep through all those layers.
Yeah.
And if you have the range of motion for it, you can just wrap it around your back like this. Try to kind of have a little bit of a forward bend to get your muscles unstretched. Then you'll just scrape up and down along the back.
So if I feel pain kind of right above my hips and my lower back, how would you recommend I use this scraper?
Yeah, so I mean, sometimes the pain isn't exactly where you're feeling it. It could be stemming from somewhere else because your back has a lot of muscle groups. You got like your erector spinae right on either side of your spine. So you scrape nice up and down right on each side. Obviously avoid the bone. You also have like your QL, which is a very common area for like tightness or injury, which kind of goes like from your hip to just below your ribs. So then that way you kind of scrape on the side. So it's important to get kind of the whole back. So honestly, the easiest way to scrape your back is to grab somebody else to do it for you. So I'll have you just laying down on the ground, face first. So we'll just go, like I said, erector spinae. So on each side of the back, I'll just scrape up and down directly along the spine. And with the QL, kind of get in between your hips and where your ribs would be. Just kind of get in all over the entire low back. So when you're scraping, again, using like the concave edge, just because it gets a lot nice deeper through all those layers of muscles in your back. And you'll just go along the spine, straight up and down on each side. And then kind of get in for the QL, just kind of on the side of your back between the hips and the ribs area. Just going up and down along your entire low back.
Let us know how you could implement the Sidekick tool and kettlebells into your daily routine.
Hey folks, Kayvon here, founder of BoS Steel. I hope you loved that video. Be sure to smash that like button and leave a comment below. And if you want any of the awesome home gym equipment you saw in this video, be sure to follow the links in the description and let the gains begin.